Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JIS Group. I will teach you Power System 1.
In this video, I will discuss about generator load model. This subtopic is under the topic load frequency control for single area, and this topic is included in module 3 of the subject Power System 3. Subject code is EE-703A. Now, to make you understand about generator load model over PowerPoint presentation is very difficult, so I will do board work to make you understand better. In this video, I will discuss about generator load model. Now the increment in power input to the generated load system is delta PG, that is power generation, minus delta PD. This is equals to the increment in power input. Now where delta PG is equal to delta PT. Delta PG, that is output power of the generator, is equal to delta PT. This is the output power of the turbine. The incremental turbine power output, assuming the generator incremental loss to be negligible. At that condition only delta PG is equal to delta PT. And delta PD is the load increment. Delta PD is the load increment. Now, this increment in power input to the system is accounted for two ways. First, rate of increase of kinetic energy. Rate of increase of kinetic energy. In the generator rotor at scheduled frequency F0, the stored energy is WKE0. This is the stored kinetic energy is equal to H into PR. You all know these equations, where H is the inertia constant and PR is the kilowatt rating of the turbo generator. The unit is kilowatts or kilojoules. This is inertia constant and this is the machine rating. The kinetic energy being proportional to the square of the speed. Square, that means frequency. The kinetic energy at frequency F0 plus delta F0 is given by kinetic energy at F0 plus delta F0 is given by WKE. This is the new kinetic energy at frequency F0 plus delta F0 is equal to WKE0. This is the initial kinetic energy, that means stored kinetic energy. F0 plus delta F, this is the new frequency, by F0 whole square, because the kinetic energy is proportional to square of the frequency. Now, this can be written as HPR 1 plus delta F by F0 whole square. WKE equals to. Now this is equals to HPR 1 square plus 2 delta F by F0 into 1 plus delta F square by F0 square. Now this term is so small, so we can neglect this term. So we can write HPR 1 square plus 2 delta F by F0. WKE equals to this. Now, rate of change of kinetic energy. Now, rate of change of kinetic energy is equals to ddt of WKE, which is equals to HPR is the constant term, to F0. This is constant, so it's equal to 0. 2 HPR by F0 is the constant term, delta ddt of delta F. Now the increment in input power to the system is account for two ways. This is the first way. Second way is, as the frequency changes, the motor load changes. Motor load being sensitive to speed or the frequency, the rate of change of load with respect to frequency rate of change of load with respect to frequency is delta PD by delta F can be regarded as nearly constant for small changes in frequency delta F, and can be expressed as delta PD by delta F into F is equals to B into delta F. B is equals to delta PD by delta F. Now B can be determined empirically. B is positive for a predominantly motor load. Now writing the power balance equation, that means delta PG minus delta PD is equals to 2H PR F0 ddt of delta F plus B into delta F. Now this portion is due to change in kinetic energy and this portion is due to rate of change in frequency. Now dividing this equation by PR, then we get the per unit value. Delta PG per unit minus delta PD per unit is equals to 2H by F0 ddt of delta F plus B per unit into delta F. Delta PGS minus delta PDS is equals to 2H F0 S delta Fs plus B delta Fs. So delta Fs is equals to delta PGS minus delta PDS by 2H by F0 S plus B. Now 1 by B is common, then this equation becomes delta PDS 1 plus 2H BF0 into S. Now TPS is equals to 2H BF0 and kps is equals to 1 by b. So this is TPS and this is KPS. Now TPS is power system time constant. Power system time constant. And KPS is the power system gain. So this equation is equals to delta PGS minus delta PDS 1 plus STPS into KPS. So the block diagram of generator load model. Now delta Fs equals to this. So the input is delta PGS. Delta PGS is the input. There is another input, delta PDS. Delta PGS minus delta PDS multiplied by KPS by 1 plus STPS. KPS by 1 plus STPS. The output is delta F of S. So this is the block diagram representation of generator load model. Next we draw complete block diagram of load frequency control. Complete block diagram of load frequency control isolated power system. So we model the power system in three parts. First we model the speed governing system, then we model the turbine, then we model the generator load. So we have to draw three block diagram for three model at first to draw complete block diagram. Now first block diagram of the speed governor system. This is the block diagram of speed governor system. Input is delta PC. Feedback path gain is 1 by R. Delta F of S. Gain is KSG 1 plus S into TSG. output is delta y, ES. Next we model turbine. Turbine model. Turbine, the input is delta y ES, gain is KT 1 plus STT, delta PTS. Next, generator model. Generator model. Delta PGS. Another input is delta PDS. Gain is KPS by 1 plus STPS, and output is delta F of S. Now we model these three together. So first is the first input is delta PCS. This is the input of speed governor system, delta PCS. KSG 1 plus S TSG. The output is delta YES. This is the input of the turbine model. This is the input of the turbine model. So KT 1 plus STT. Next, we assume that delta PTS is equals to delta PGS. So delta PGS is the input of the generator model and delta PTS is the output of the turbine model, and if we neglect the losses, delta PTS is equal to delta PGS. So now we draw the generator model. KPS 1 plus STPS, delta F of S. Now here the feedback path is from delta F of S, 1 by R. This is the complete block diagram of load frequency control of isolated power system. This is the complete block diagram of a load frequency control of isolated power system. This green portion is the speed governor model, this red portion is the turbine model, and this blue portion is the generator load model.
That's all from today's class. If you have any problem, please contact with me. My contact details is given on the first slide. Thank you.